Imagine this: you walk into your kitchen, casually empty your pockets, and among the loose change, you notice an old faded penny, dull in color, barely worth noticing, or so you think. But what if I told you that very coin, the one that looks like it belongs in a donation jar, could actually be worth over $100,000, maybe even more? This isn't fantasy. It's a very real possibility, and it all revolves around one of the most talked about and mysterious coins in American history, the 1943 penny, specifically the 1943 copper penny coin, so rare, so valuable, and so legendary in coin collecting circles that even professional dealers and seasoned collectors drop everything when they come across one. In today's video, we're diving deep into the untold story, little known facts, and shocking truth behind the 1943 penny, a coin that was never supposed to exist yet does, in extremely limited quantities. We'll reveal how you can identify it, the exact signs to look for, how to spot fakes from the real deal, recent auction prices that will blow your mind, and how to sell one if you're lucky enough to have it hiding in your collection. But more importantly, we're going to show you how many ordinary people, just like you, have unknowingly held onto one of these coins for decades, thinking it's worthless pocket change, when in reality it's a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. So don't even think about skipping. What you're about to discover might just change your life. Let's rewind to 1943, a year when the world was engulfed in war, and every resource, including metal, was being diverted toward the war effort. The United States Mint, under pressure to conserve copper for ammunition and communication cables, made a drastic and historical decision. They replaced the traditional copper ally used in pennies with a cheaper alternative, steel coated in zinc. Over 1 billion steel pennies were struck in 1943 at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. These pennies were lighter, silver in color, and unlike anything the public had seen before. But in the chaos of transition, something remarkable happened. A small batch of 1943 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover 1942 copper plankets. This mistake resulted in a legendary minting error, the 1943 copper penny, a coin that was never meant to exist. Yet a few did. These accidental survivors of a wartime era have gone on to become some of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the world, with confirmed sales of single coins reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, one of the most famous examples sold for $1.7 million in a private transaction. That's right, one penny. $1.7 million. And the best part, there may still be more out there, hiding in drawers, jars, boxes of junk coins, and yes, even in your pocket change. Now let's talk identification, because spotting a genuine 1943 copper penny is both art and science. First, the easiest test you can do at home is the magnet test. Steel pennies stick to a magnet. Copper ones don't. If your 1943 penny is brown or reddish and it doesn't stick to a magnet, you just might be holding the holy grail of American coins. Second, check the weight. A steel penny weighs 2.7 grams, but a genuine copper penny will weigh around 3.11 grams. Third, examine the mint mark. A small D or S under the date means it was struck in Denver or San Francisco. No mark means Philadelphia. All three mints are known to have produced a handful of copper versions, with the Philadelphia copper penny being the most famous. But remember, with high value comes high risk. Fakes, counterfeits, and altered coins are everywhere. Some scammers plate steel pennies with a thin layer of copper. Others alter the dates of 1945 or 1948 pennies to look like 1943 The trick is in the details. Authentic 1943 copper pennies have sharp, well-defined features, and their genuine versions have been authenticated and encapsulated by top coin grading services like PCGS and NGC. And if you believe you have one of these valuable coins, do not clean it, do not tamper with it, and do not sell it to your local pawn shop. Instead, submit it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. As certified, slapped coin can skyrocket your value and give buyers the confidence to pay top dollar. But what about the steel pennies? Are they worthless? Not at all. If you have a 1943 steel penny in uncirculated or mint condition, especially with a high grade from PCGS, it could be worth $1,000 or more, particularly if it has strong luster, no scratches, and crisp detail. Some steel pennies with errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks can sell for several $1,000s at auction. And here's something few people know. There's also a 1940 for steel penny, which is even rarer than the 1943 copper version because the mint returned to copper in 1944. But again, a few steel blanks accidentally got used. So now both the 1943 copper and the 1944 steel pennies are some of the most valuable U.S. coins ever discovered. But the story doesn't end there. These coins have sparked national news stories, coin hunting YouTube trends, and even mystery documentaries. Everyday people like a teenager in Texas or a janitor in Illinois have found these coins in old collections or inherited them from grandparents, only to realize later that they're sitting on a life-changing fortune. So how can you turn your find into real cash? The smartest path is to get it certified and list it with reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. These platforms attract serious collectors and have a global reach. You can also list a certified coin on eBay, but only after professional grading. And remember, the coin collecting community is massive. Join forums like CoinTalk or the PCGS message boards, where you can get feedback, connect with experts, and share your discoveries. And if you're a collector looking to buy rather than sell, make sure your purchase comes with proper grading certification, high-resolution photos, and verified seller history. Counterfeits are everywhere, so trust only certified dealers and auctioneers. So here's the truth. Whether you're holding a 1943 copper penny, a steel era coin, or just a well-preserved 1943 cent, the value is in the details, rarity, and condition, but also in your awareness. Most people ignore their loose change. Most people have never heard of the 1943 copper penny, but now you're not most people. You're one of the few who knows what to look for, how to test, and how to sell. And that knowledge could turn your pocket change into a paycheck or even a fortune. So what are you waiting for? Go grab your old coin jar, look through your drawers, check your family heirlooms. That rare 1943 penny might just be sitting there, waiting to be discovered. And if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and share it with someone who might have a valuable coin lying around. Comment below the oldest coin you've ever found, and I might feature your story in the next video. Until then, happy hunting, and may your next penny be the one that changes your life forever.